Hello, BZPower. This is Zatth with one of the new Bionicle Somerset villains. This is 70793. That's not the name of the secret agent. It's the number 4 Skull Basher. Now, to not confuse it with the weapon from Dota 2, I'm going to rechristen the set during the review. And I'm going to name him for the lesser-known 9th reindeer of Santa Claus, Basher. So this is Basher, everyone. Say hi, Basher. That's Basher saying hi. It's also the sound of the Lego pieces that are waiting to be opened and seen by you, the audience. So, let's see the box. Well, first off, Skull Basher here has 72 pieces. So that's, a decent amount, I think, for a guy like this. Let's see, 7 to 14 years of age, but whatever, I mean, Legos for anyone, so, you're good. No worries about that. Break the rules, Lego Dimensions plug. So, according to the storyline, Skull Basher was created by Skull Grinder, and is standing in front of the Temple of Creation, which you see here in the back. Really nicely, kindly, darkly lit, so that provides this sense of atmosphere and stuff. Also interesting to note, I don't know how well you can see it, there's 2 moons here. If you've seen the story from the past, you might know what that means, but, hopefully we'll find out if that also plays into the story, or if it just looks, makes the box look really pretty. The back of the box has, the Skull Basher, and the function, which is called, the Battle Bash function. So, apparently you press the button right here, and the hands open and close. So I'm guessing that Basher really likes to give hugs. You also have the pop-off function for both the Mask of Earth Infected Mask, and also for the Bull Skull Mask, which is the name of the mask that Basher here has. Here's the one-to-one comparison, here's the combiner model that you have right here, and here's a comic where Skull Basher is standing in front of the Temple of Creation, and one of the Toa tries to attack him, but he takes Onua's masks, and corrupts it, and laughs evilly as Kopaka, and some other Toa are kind of looking at him going, oh, nose! So that's what's going on here. Then you got your legalese here. No need to get into that. And also, because LEGO is super awesome, they care about the environment, this is not a plastic box. It's actually a cardboard box, meaning that it can hang like this, so you can also hang it next to your clothes, because that makes clothes much cooler, is having boxes made out of cardboard like this, with evil-looking villains and or heroes. With that being said, let's see what we got inside the box, shall we? Okay, so using our handy-dandy cutting tool thingamabob, let's see what we got inside the box. Hold on, we gotta do this very carefully. One, and let's see, there we go. Oh, no, got in the wrong flap. There we go, 2. Aha. And with that, that lets us open the box. And, so here the pieces rattling in there. Let's see, we got 1 bag, 2 bags, and then the instruction booklet. Alright, see, instruction booklet, kind of straightforward-ish. I mean, it's got the same picture that we saw before. It's got also the comic printed a little bit bigger, so that's cool. Just regular instructions, how to build a character, yada yada yada. And then, let's see, you got your power function demonstrated here, the list of pieces, the combiner model, and then the evil villain right here. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and actually there is also one last page, I almost forgot about that, and it has the Somersets with the infected masks. So that's kind of cool as well. Let's see, and we got 1 bag here, and we have another bag here. So, with that being said and done, let's take a look inside the bags, shall we? Okay, so here are the components of the first bag. Let's see, pieces that we've already seen. You've got the hands here, torso in gunmetal, 2 black limp pieces. We've already seen these tail pieces. I don't think we've seen them in this purple, but we have seen these pieces before. The head that came out with the Bionicle 2015 sets, and some of these CCBS armor pieces, as well as the webbed feet. So those are the pieces that we've already seen. On to the new pieces. This is the torso piece, and I really, really like the sticker stuff on there. It's really nice and adds a lot of detail to it. This is Onua's infected mask. Let's see, let me bring it up a little bit closer so you can see where the gold ends and the trans starts. You have the Bull Skull Mask, which also appears in Skull Scorpio, if I'm not wrong. Pretty nice. Looks cool and stuff. Hold on, let me see if... There we go. Let's see. The torso piece here that I really like, it gives me this kind of head crab vibe. Hope to see that in a lot of mocks as well in the future. Trans purple. You can't ever have enough of it, so I'm highlighting that here now. The weapons that we see in a few other sets this year, I like them. I like the angular stuff to it. It definitely gives it that kind of bony and technologically feel. And the armor pieces right here, they connect over here, so they're kind of big-ish, but interesting. I can see how the hole in this area might be concerning, but aesthetically it looks really cool, and I'm very excited to see it as well pop up in other mocking capabilities in the future. So those are all the components of the first bag, so let's take a look at the second bag, shall we? Okay, so here are the components of the second bag. Starting off with pieces that we've already seen before. You have the CCBS connectors here, some CCBS armor pieces in trans orange that we saw in Lord of Skull Spiders, Technic beams right here, some of these pieces right here, more Technic stuff here. You know, pretty straightforward, matter of fact, nothing that really kind of jumps out there. More Technic pieces here. Two system pieces, interestingly, this and this. So that's kind of different from the other Holy Technic pieces on top. Now, here are the interesting pieces of the set, or at least in this box, right? You have the 4 bone pieces, you have the eye piece again, which I really like, and you have 3 of these, just because I don't think we've ever seen them in this specific shape with this color of purple. Now, to see the bone pieces up front, right, this is what they look like. So, actually, the hole right here is much smaller than I thought. I do like that there's a slight little kind of indentation effect here to make it look more bony in that sense. So, yeah, it definitely gets that bone sense across. So that's cool, and we'll see how it looks aesthetically on the set once we actually take a better look at the set. So now that that's done, let's get to building, shall we? finished. So, this is Basher. Say hello to the lesser-known ninth Ranger of Santa Claus. So, how does the set actually look? From the front, it doesn't really look that bad. You have the bone pieces here, but they're kind of really overshadowed by the color scheme and the armor. I mean, the big armor pieces here on the side definitely help to kind of offset that feel, so it does feel a little bit bony in these sides, but it also feels really powerful on the thigh and arm areas. The armor on the back also helps. I think it actually kind of looks really solid if you don't focus on the fact that these are all Technic pieces. Let's see, the head looks a little bit odd at first, but I think you kind of get used to it after a while. I think it does complement the mask at least a lot. I think that, on Skull Scorpio, the mask that looks this small looks okay, but on a set like this, I think the horns do help to kind of offset that slightly weird-ish feeling that it has. The weapon and the power function is actually kind of fun. So the cool thing is, and first off, and the box tells you this, you can actually aim the arm. So you can twist it around, and then that only twists one of the arms around. If you can aim it onto the center, dead center like this, it does close with the two of them at the same time. Now the question is, how easy is it to make Basher, get the mask off? Well, let's give an example. So here is a little kind of podium that I made, and you have to basically be able to, there we go. See, so that worked really well, but you have to be able to either hit it from the side or use any part of the weapon that looks kind of like a hook to grapple onto it and pull it off. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So in that sense, the power function works okay, but A, you have to practice it a lot, and B, you have to aim really, really well. So, that could be a little bit problematic for playability purposes. Nonetheless, though, the set looks really fun. I mean, honestly, the fact that the arms are here on the back doesn't really look weird. It just looks like he's very strong and has, his arms are going raw like this. Weapons are fun, I'll say that, sure, they look like they're not that much, but they have their times to be fun. Armor and color, I think, works really well. The trans orange with the trans purple and the gunmetal, work really well, so I was really happy about that. The color scheme, definitely not something to be worried about. I think the only thing, would be trying to find a way to cover these pieces of the arm here, if you want to do that. And even then, that would actually interfere a little bit with the function that he has, so, do that at your own risk. But I do think it works, really well. So I do think this would be a fun villain to get. I think it looks very complete and stuff, so I think this would actually be one of those that I would highly recommend. Because it is really fun and really well built, I think. The function is different, but in a good way. So yeah, I think Basher gets Zath's seal of approval. Yay! Speaking about Basher, though, if you would like to get your own version of Basher, because let's be honest, Basher is kind of a cool set, you can actually go on to BZP's YouTube channel. You can subscribe. You can leave a comment below, and in a week, we will raffle and decide who is the lucky winner of Basher. So, if you want to try and get this set, because he's a really fun set, I'm going to say that right now, again, subscribe to the BZP's YouTube channel, leave a comment below, and you might be the lucky winner of our friend Basher with the Bull Skull Mask and the Battle Bash function and the 2 hook axis. That's pretty cool, right? So yeah, and if you want to keep up with more Bionicle and LEGO related news, again, subscribe to our channel. You can go to BZPower.com and keep up to date with the latest news, reviews, and other awesome sauce stuff about Bionicle. This was Zatth. Thank you so much for joining me on this review, friends. Bye-bye!